How are we? Yeah, it's a little glitch here, but it's done it a bit for me. I'll show, where is it? Where's me screenshots? Uh, where is it? Um, Here we go. See, I've got a 13507. Now I'll go to it. 13540. I've still got first place, but as I said in the description, anyone who races on the competitive side, sim stuff, you know that, what is it? 20 something of a second, 23rd or second, however you pronounce it, could mean the difference of first or second. You know, and if you've been sitting there grinding and tuning your car for a few hours to try and get first, and this happens, I don't know about anyone else, but I'd be pretty peed off. So yeah, this isn't the first time. I've got other footage like documented of it as well. This seems to be the last two rounds, the leaderboards, which I'm doing a little bit better in. Not the best. I've managed to stay in the what do you call it, category? I was in what do you call it, for a little while. Yeah, I'm back to this now. I was in Mortal for a little while, but I just got too tired to try. A couple of races, I just couldn't stay in the top 10, and I've noticed now there's no top 25 or anything like that. It's just top 10 and top 50, so on. So it's pretty hard sometimes, and still getting used to the wheel and all that, and tunes and stuff. Like, yeah, it's not complaining. It's awesome. I'm loving my new setup. Finally set up the handbrake and all that properly for drifting on a little spring-loaded lever connected to a controller. It's pretty good. Inverted pedals, got them sorted out properly. Had a little glitch going on with the clutch being the accelerator. It kept fluctuating, which ended up being a slightly loose plug on my shifter, believe it or not. But yeah, that's all sorted now. Just got to muck around a little bit with the height and that pedals. But besides that, it's all pretty good. The wheel seems to be wearing in, smelling a little bit of belt burn every now and then. Yeah. Not in a bad way. It's more running in the old belts and on the drive and that, wearing in quite well. I'm finding I don't have to have the feedback up too high. I'm getting really good response and all that. But yeah, I'll show you the time again. Like I've got where does it say? Yeah, 13,540 there, and then I'll go back to me. What do you call it? These photos. Where are we? Oh, it's paused. No, I'll have to show you. I didn't realise. Shit, I didn't realise the pause when it goes to the media thing. But it says I've got a 540 there, but I actually ran a 13,517. I've got it documented. And this isn't the first time it's happened. Notice the last two rounds, it's been doing that. Like, and yeah, like if you've been sitting up. Luckily, I've been sort of in ninth and eighth in some events, but if you've been grinding it out, muck around with your tunes for hours, and you think, yeah, I got first, and then that little bit of a fraction of a time drops you back to second or whatever, or drops you out of top 10. I don't know about anyone else, but I'd be pretty bloody peed off. Yeah. But I'll have a bit of a crack at this for a bit, and then I'm going to go and test out my handbrake. I've got funny enough, I built a new drift car, which quite surprised me. It handles quite well. It's the SUV. I think it's Mercedes-Benz or the BMW SUV with the Dodge Viper V10 in it. Out of the cars I've been mucking around with, this thing I'd have to take my hat off to. It handles awesome and gets a mad angle. I'll truck it up for a bit. After I do a couple of runs of this leaderboard thing, I wouldn't mind trying to hold me where I am in the league. I've managed to be able to do it the last two rounds, so it's been a long time since I've done that. Normally I'll get up to the league and I'll drop back a couple. But anyhow, let's go for a run. I am running auto with this at the moment, just to get a bit more of a feel of the tunes, because it shifts really quick, and I'm still getting a little bit getting used to the shifter. It's a little bit offset, you know, being 7-speed, and I always miss a gear, or for some reason. I was on the Logitech for like 5 years or so plus. I don't know why, but I'll go to 6th or whatever, but I'll actually go into reverse. I need to like set up a little bit of a guide with this the shifter, the Thrustmaster one, the plastic one. Like, it's a little bit cheaper. It's good, don't get me wrong. Like, it's an awesome little shifter, but the only thing is, like, the slots to shift to, it's just pretty straight and blunt. You know, it'd be ideal to have like a little bit of a curve rolling in to them, so you can sort of. I think I might customize something so I know when I'm going over to like 6th and what do you call it? Yeah, the 6th and then up to 7th, so I sort of know, and then I have reverse, sort of a little bit of a block where I've got to just, you know, sort of glide it over a bit more, so I know I'm hitting reverse without looking down. I think that would be an ideal thing. I'll come up with something. I'll get a bit of plastic out, give me a little Dremel, and make up something. I won't take much, because ideally, if it's off a tad, they actually have with these newer ones Thrustmaster's got out, they've actually got an adjustment for the sensitivity. I don't know exactly how it works. I know it's only a slight adjustment, but I guess it's for that now, like, so you can engage your gear a little bit earlier or later. I'm not sure, I'll have to look it up, but yeah, before I go going all that hassle and making up a little slide plate, I'll definitely check that out so I don't go interfering with anything. Oh yeah. Still getting used to the buttons, eh? It throws me off, bloody. all that time on the Logitech, yeah, every now and then I hit the wrong button. Oh, that was a bit of a slow run, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was pretty slow. That wasn't too good, that one. Had a little break, see? That's all it takes. You know, sometimes I sort of get in that zone. I'm not sure other people do too, and you sort of just, yeah, just get distracted a little. Yeah, lose that rhythm. I've got the tally turned down on tab 2, so I don't really look at the gauges. I go by the sound of the car and all that sort of thing. But yeah, there's my time there. I made it first. It was a good run. I just ran really well. I've only been doing pretty good. I've been managed to stay in the top 10 in most things the last couple of days. First time ever. I hit the leaderboard. I actually took the new drift build out, that SUV out, for a little bit of a run before the previous one finished, and actually managed to score over 2,000. I've never been able to do that. I've always been in like 100 and something. I actually made it up to 60 something for the first time ever. So yeah, just goes to show the difference. The wheel, stuff like that. I think also just get the memory muscle sort of out of the habit of wrestling the wheel a little, I guess. It's just hard because the Logitech just respond totally different to this, and yeah, like I said, about 5 years plus I was using that for, and yeah, I grind the hell out of it just to try and get better times, Gran Turismo especially. I like to like role play stuff, do it, pretty competitive on the competitive side of things. So some days I'd sit there on Gran Turismo like for 4 or 5 hours just trying to bloody do that online stuff, man. And no matter what, I just would not progress. And yeah, I sort of understand why now. In some ways, I don't get me wrong, I said in previous streams, Logitech's good for the beginning, not you know, if you're not going to get really serious. But yeah, the feedback response, especially if you're like if you're an actual driver yourself and you have done a bit of sports driving or whatever, you know what I mean, like you know how to handle a car, you know, like sort of get thrown off. Because I'm a little bit older, right? I didn't. When I first started playing games with sticks, you know what I mean, like this generation, younger blokes, you know, they start out on a steering wheel before they actually drive a car. So I guess they get more visual in tune, where I'm more in the in the bum, you know, sort of feel the car, not all visual, it's all feel and sound. But I'm starting to adjust to how the wheel responds, which is helping me out heaps. I'm improving a lot sometimes, here and there, a lot more, yeah. I'll go for another run, see if it gets a bit better. Whoa. Nah, stuff that up, damn it. Nah, stuff this runner. I try not to cut corners too much, but it's obviously what everyone else does, you know, because I try and stick to the real like sportsman-like side of things generally with a lot of stuff, but I just get nowhere. I think too, probably going up against people who aren't even on wheel, I guess it's sticks. And stuff just run up. Which is hard, you know, because I don't think of that at times, and I'm like, punch myself, I'm like, you idiot, you know. But yeah, I'm my own worst critic. I always tell myself I can do better. I don't know, I just like taking this sort of things a little bit on the sportsman-like sort of things, because I can't really do much else, you know. So can't work and all that sort of stuff due to injuries and stuff. So it's the only thing I can sort of like focus on to keep my mind occupied. Been a tradie for over 27 years, 28 years in my life. And it's the first time in my life I can remember get out and get into it. The old mind's getting a bit, yeah. But that's not not a good run at all. That's crap. That's like my first run. I've only run this track probably about, I think that would have been my 8th time, I think. But yeah, I'm just checking tyres like that. I'm not sure my tread's good. I've actually got the little, I'll go to the garage. I'm actually running the, the, what do you call it, motor out of the little dyno truck, or whatever it is in this. That's another thing I'm trying to work out is what motors to swap. It does obviously makes a difference when I look at the leaderboard when people are, I don't know, like, you know, grinding to try and get in the top 10, and I'm like a good second or two away from, you know, like third or whatever. But yeah, this little motor, it's alright in the little light cars. The best thing about it is, especially front wheel drives, because it doesn't matter overly too much, as much how, you know, your weight thing in the rear. You know, want a bit more weight in the front grip. But this is ideal. I can get this little thing down to, yeah, I just got the prototype weight reduction. What can I get it down to? Yes, 760. Yeah, that's unreal. Yeah. Yeah, I've got to go through some of the newer cars they've added, see what sort of motors they run. I've actually found, I think it's one of the earlier BMWs, or one of the ones that I added probably a month or so ago. I think it's like a diesel motor. It sounds like a diesel anyway. It's reasonably light. It's only like 150 something, and it doesn't put out a heap for horsepower, but the torque is unreal, especially in these little cars. I found that helps heaps in short uphill winding sort of tracks. I actually tried the little diesel motor out in the Ford GT, and actually ran some of the best times I've ever run on a track with that setup. And the car was a bit lighter and all that. Rear wheel drive, pure event it was, which was quite surprisingly, yeah, made a big difference. Just what I'm working out now, sort of thing, is what sort of setups to use, and sort of playing the old guess game at the moment. Comparing slightly to, the top 5 sort of thing in the leaderboards, and generally, in this, the top 3 rankings, they're generally pretty light cars with low horsepower. Generally, but I have noticed this. It mixes up a tad. Like the last round, there was like second and third. I think it was third and fourth, were a bit heavier and more horsepower, using different cars. But generally, it always seems to be the Ford GT in the racing, more racing sort of ones. Anyway, I noticed Ford GT and what was the other car? Bloody. I was quite surprised when it was that Honda, the mid-rear Honda. I forget the model of it. It's like, I think it's like the early 90s. I'll go and bring it up. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm a little bit out of whack with models and makes of cars. I haven't really kept in tune with it, not been able to actually get out there and get into a bit of car, like sports driving, like I used to back in the day. Used to do a little bit of pub stuff, like getting a local track up and down in Valley, and you rent the track out for a few hours and that. I used to take me old, I only had like a little Mitsubishi Coupe, but I had a little bit of work done with suspension and all that sort of stuff. Just for a bit of play. Never got a chance to get the Commodore out of it. Old VH Commodore. I was sort of working on, but yeah, a bit of bad luck with that, but he got stolen. Anyhow, let's go and have a look at the car. I have to go to the car yard actually. Dealership. Oh, no, dealership. Is it? I've actually got a couple of new cars here too. I haven't really had much of a browse through here for a while. I'm more focusing on tuners. We got my own up here, sorry, it's class 2 maybe? Where is it? Where is it? Hey, where'd it go? Yeah, how was it? Don't tell me I'm not past it yet. What the hell? Oh, I thought it was it. Oh, this one here, there it is, yeah. I think the actual, I'm trying to think what the actual thing is, the SC side, I can't remember. I think this is the model, or one of the models that had the all-wheel steer, from memory. Oh, I'm not sure, I think the 80, I think it was the early 90s or late 80s model version of it. I'm not sure if they all come out like that, but I know there was a series that did. So my next door neighbour back at home had one, I think it was early 90s, 92 or something like that. Used to go pretty hard. Heavy though. But yeah, I saw this up in the it's third and second in the last event on one of the I think it was C6, C5, C6, C5 events on the sports track, the actual racetrack. Which I was trying, I grind the hell out of that. I ended up dropping back to 14th. I just sort of got a bit over it. A couple of hours, about 3 hours. I was just like, nah. I'm going to try and work things out a bit more. I even tried the little G Friday. That's quite surprisingly good for a rear-wheel drive car, front motor. Yeah, I haven't really had a look, much of a look. Other cars do that. Oh yeah, this is my drift car. Yeah, I ended up winning a version of it, and I think I was Dodge Viper D10 as a what is it? This 8 point something or 7 point something. Um, this motor is not bad out of the car. It's good. You can get a fair bit of horsepower out of it. I think you can get about 1260 or something out of it with blueprinted parts. This car is good to swap in when you want to get gold. You just bloody trade the motor in. Doesn't take too long, you know. You make about 500 gold coin in about half an hour. It's a little bit less. Well, say yeah, 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. There's only a few you can make a fair bit of money on quick. Like Rotary is another good one. I actually ended up winning this car. I got this car actually. This is the beauty about staying up higher in the events. Yeah, it's not too bad. Still muck around for a bit. I think this one here was the one I ended up winning maybe. I'm not sure, yeah. This car is another good one for gold. If you want to get gold. This one here is not too bad. Good motor trade in. This one is motor and gearbox. Yeah, well, that's it. This one in the Lambo. This motor's not too bad. You get, I think this one gets up to about 1100 or something horsepower. The main motor I like is out of this. I think it's the Aston. Oh no, the Lexus. I do use the Aston Martin. I did used to use the Aston Martin a lot, but it doesn't seem to do as well. I noticed probably about 3 months or so ago. I still have the Logitech. I ran the rotary in it, and the times I used to get was unreal. But it must have been some sort of glitch because it wouldn't actually record the time. Yeah, and then I was getting like, you know, I was getting first in the events, and I was like bloody probably second shy of the world record sort of thing. Like, but yeah, obviously they fixed it because I think it was not the update. We just had the previous update. I took it out and tried to do it, and yeah, nah. It's still not bad. I find I'm doing better in the Ford GT. But yeah, the motor out of this is good. It's a V10, is it 5.4 litre? It's pretty light though. It's good. Not a bad motor. It is a high scoring motor. It does put most cars in category 4 to 6 straight up. But it's ideal for when you're going for C6 or C5s and stuff like that. Plus, it's good. I'm not too sure about these. Normally before I used to go around to buy these cars and that, and just see what sort of motors they're running. I think this is the motor I got in the SUV drift car. Bit heavy and all that, but yeah, it's not too bad. The motor in this is useless. I haven't tried this car out yet. I figured it more of a bit more of an explore when I sort of missed the leaderboard stuff. I'm just having a bit of a grind on that, seeing how I do. See if I can still keep up there. If I can hold my own for you know, if I can just get back into it, I might start streaming on Twitch again and all that properly. I think this is one of the motors, like the little diesels. They're just like, what's this one? Oh, yeah, this one's a bit more powerful. I think it weighs 155. Not too bad. You get a fair bit of torque out of it though. I'm trying to think of a smaller motor. Like again, it's like you don't get a lot of horsepower, which keeps your class down, but the torque, you get heaps of torque. Unreal. To a certain degree, obviously. It is only a little motor. I think it's a 2.5 litre or something. I'm trying to remember what car it was. I've got a feeling it might have been. I know the Bimmy motor's not too bad. This one is. It's not diesel though. This one. It wasn't that one. It was one of the older cars. This thing is quite surprisingly not too bad. I was holding that whatever event it is, that cross event mixed one where you go around obstacles and that. I was getting up in the top 3 for a while with this. The motor I'm using actually, I've got it in 2 cars. It's quite good in front and drive cars. Not too bad when you go down a lower class. Trying to think, no, it's not that one. It's a Mercedes. It must be this. I think that's a Mercedes. The motor out of this is yeah, like when you do it, I think it gets up to about think you get up to about 360 horsepower, something like that, maxed out. I haven't blueprinted it all, but the torque, you know, around 280, you can have. I think I had it in I think what car I had it in. I think I might have been the 86, the old rookie, and I actually kept the rear weight at around 47, 48, I think, and weight was around 890, something like that, and I was actually getting up like 8 at the time, which was a pretty big jump for me at the time. Yeah, this is the little motor I've been mucking around with. It's not too bad in the lower classes. It's not the best for when a little bit of torque is required, but if it's like downhill or real short, tight, zippy sort of stuff, like I said, in that little front-wheel drive car there, I've never gotten a time like that ever in any of the leaderboard, like, you know, that much of a lead in such a short period. Yeah, not bad at all. But I'm thinking I might take this SUV out, show you, because I can't do this stream for too long. I've got someone coming around soon, but later on I'll see how I go. Might, if I feel like a bit more of a fun thing, because I've got a couple of days for the leaderboard, I might just go out and just play around and do a bit of it. Do some send-it stuff. I think I haven't been really practicing a lot of drift, really. I'm just, yeah, trying to work out this leaderboard stuff a bit more. As you can see, as I stayed in this league that I'm in now, I finished it with only about 30 gold coins, and gave me that amount of gold coins. I've already used some too. I think I had about 2,600 or something. Yeah, just for holding the thing. I think a couple of events, so a couple of tracks, I was second. I think about 3 of them I held second. I think all bar the racing ones. I think bar 2 I wasn't in top 10, and obviously the drift ones was. I found when you do a bit of a tune and take it out for a bit of practice, it's fine. But when it comes to the actual event on the wheel, anyway, it just seems really, I don't know, grippy, and the car's really like slingy. Like you go on a bit of a slide, it sort of wants to straighten up, sort of throws a bit. Then and then when I finish the event and go and I run the exact same track, it's fine. It slides really good. So obviously, you know, on sticks that wouldn't probably really bother you, but I haven't really bothered to go back to the sticks really. I just, at the end of the day, I'm always. You know, like, oh man, can't wait for Stimmerl, you know, sort of thing. When I was younger, I always just wanted to get in there. You know. Always been a bit of a redhead. I just don't see the point of going back to sticks, really. It's like, if I can't do it on wheel, well, can't do it. Like, I don't even really get into anything else, really, but a few sim games, you know? Like, I'm thinking about going back to Gran Turismo. I'm not too sure. I'm going to see how I go for this, probably for, you know, a couple more weeks. Maybe yeah, 2-3 weeks, see how I go on this. I'm actually really curious to see how it goes on the rally. What's the newer one called again? The one that what do you call it? Took over is it Codemasters? Yeah, the latest rally game. That's basically Colin Craig. If you're a bit of an oldie and you played the old ones, Dirt and that, you know, the old Colin Craig. It is. It's a newer version. WRC or whatever it is, yeah, the newer one. That EA Games and I think it's Codemasters or something. Yeah, like, I'm not 100% sure. I know EA Games and whoever the other developer is, they're really known for their good physics, like feedback physics, especially on wheel. Yeah, I think it's Codemasters. I'm not 100% sure. But let's go over a bit of a drift. I'll show you this SUV before I jump off. Fucking around a little bit, bored one day, missed out on the leaderboard stuff, chucked a bit of a levy on it. Sort of deciding whether to put the dragon thing on the other side. go over to full me on this. It's got skulls on one side. And got that on the other. I think I might do the dragon on the other side too. Just monkey around. I don't know, I was bored. Alright. We've already aligned everything. Which one has to do this? Yeah, I like to take this off. Feedback. Let's see about the feedback go. Straight wheel and that, I normally turn it down a tad. Just to help the wheel running, I guess, you know, be a bit kind to the belts. Like I said, I smell a little bit of a slight little rubber smell here and there, the old belt's wearing them. But they're not burning or slipping. I haven't noticed it slipping. I do have an extra cooling fan if need be. It's quite cool where I am at the moment in Victoria. Around bloody 15, 16 degrees at the moment. So ideal electronic weather, you know, to avoid overheating. I think this is 7-speed and all that. I can't remember the horsepower. I think it's 800 something. Oh, guys. Yeah, this is a little thing I noticed. There's no way I'd try and do this with my old setup. The difference of the sensitivity in the pedals, this is what I mean by if you want to be on the competitive side, just save up an extra $200, say $250, and go to the Thrustmaster, like their belt one, you know. Difference to the GT pedals. That's the difference, eh? No way I'd have a whole band. You know, Logi, I call it. No. A bit of experience of say. I just wish I sort of got onto it a little bit earlier. You know, 5 years down the track, so a little bit late for getting onto it. So what are we putting out? Oh yeah, 877, 1500 kilos. I wonder if I can get the weight down a little bit more. Oh yeah, I can. I think that's already set. Yeah, a little bit of weight in the rear. Just as low as I can get it, I think, at the moment. I think I got the max weight reduction. Yeah, max weight reduction. On the next prototype thing I do after I get the steering wheel, I'll go the weight one again for this. Just like I said, it handles really well. Double check my tyres because I did take it down a class for another event. Oh yeah, I got 25. What was I running for? Yeah, I think I was running 305 all round. Yeah. Yeah. 5. Yeah, I can't go up. Yeah, I'm going to go down. This is a bit heavy. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Pretty sure I should have changed tyres probably. Yeah, I think it's all still good. Now I know I did change a couple of things for the other class I went into. Oh, gear ratio, I think that's where it's checked. Yeah. Change the max speed, 280. All my cars, I don't know why, it's been a bit old school. Always go between 4.3s to 427. Normally most cars, I've got a different gearbox. I'm worried about swapping out the gearbox yet. I think it's got 7-speed in it still. Normally I run the 6-speed. Max speed normally always around between 230 to 240-ish max normally. I sort of I keep it around. At the end of the day, it's not about going fast, is it? Really, when you're drifting. I haven't really played around too much in this because it's not the actual gearbox I would keep in something like this. Like, I haven't even worried about upgrading the diff and the gearbox and all that sort of thing. Oh, pick again the menu. Drift tires. It even feels pretty good on these, but I'll go. Feels a lot right now. I'm in 6, 7. Oh. It's unreal. It blew me away when I first tried it out. It's like, no way. Just hand it away. Change the field of view actually, I'm really too close. Oh shit, it's out of far already. I like to be able to see it a bit. Loves the angle, man. Like, I haven't played around with this hardly at all. Let's turn it down, chat, just in case it's the screen. Oops, yeah. keep forgetting that I've actually got the proper handbrake set up. Set up like a little spring loaded lever that touches the one of the R buttons at the front. Oh, I haven't got my eye in for this. I've been mucking around a lot on stereo view actually, this car. Maybe I'm trying to think what I changed. Oh. It gives you like mad scores, eh? Like backwards shit. 7. Wait. We've been a little bit carried away. I'll check the things on just so people can see, I guess, down just for a bit. What do I need to do? Still buttons, we use the buttons. What's the other one for? Show. Drop that back. Show. Wheel angle. I'm trying to think what ones for the. So you can see what actions I'm actually doing, the pedals and all that. What is it? Let's see here. Racing horn, no, that's on. Show players and where is it? Where the hell is the bloody? Is it a bit bright on it already? Oh, here. No, I'm going to pass it that many times. Nope. Oh, there it is. Getting the angle, thank you. normally I can't sit up with gearing wise. I love it. Normally it's too much wheel spin. Oh, no one up there. A little bit of grip that way. Oh, I know why it's a little bit different. I made it lighter. It seemed to work better with a little bit extra weight, I think, at the end of the day. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I knocked it back to like 14, 15. Yeah, that's why it feels a bit different. Oh, she's going. Oh, yeah, that's extra weight. Yeah, no, it'll miss me out. Oh, yeah, no, it's a lot. I mean, feel it in the wheel, it's a lot. Yeah, nah, the behaviour is different before. I shouldn't have made it light. I think that's the problem. Too light. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what the issue is, because it wasn't behaving like this earlier. We had it around 1050, I think. Memory. Yeah, they normally don't even run 305s on a car. I normally stick around 245s to 265s, depending on car. Generally, I normally start off with 245s on my drift build. Around 17s, 18s, normally 17s, 40s. Like lower horsepower, just to start off with, and then I sort of go a little bit silly later on sometimes. Which I haven't really done too much with this wheel because I'm still getting familiar with everything. Yeah, that's better. Oh, no, I'm not sure what's going on. It seems a bit odd. It's not behaving the way it was earlier. Oh, I was just drifting around in it before. I'm not sure what's going on. Just make sure everything's still in time. Oh no, there's a slight delay. Maybe it needs to reset. Yeah, no, the way I'm moving my wheel, there's a slight delay. That's what's going on. I find every now and then you've got to like just log out of the game and then log back in. Typical carX glitch, I guess. I used to get it a lot with the other carX drift. Sometimes it like have a really bad, yeah, no, I got a massive, yeah, no, compared to my movement, it's, let's say, a good half second, 3/4 of a second delay. So, yeah, nah, there's a big delay. That's why I'm not catching it. I know how normally bonnet view. For some reason, bonnet view, there's a slight lag, frame lag. Good little thing I've always found on the wheel, even the Logitech, a slight frame lag. Bonnet view is always good view to catch. Rightio. I didn't realise I selected sports tires. It is a slight delay frame. I think I'm gonna have to do a reset. I didn't even see the frame. Like I'm not sure how the streams. I've seen people jumping on and off, so even the stream might be a bit dodgy. The quality. But yeah, it's just even that. I can see it myself. The frames dropping, the screen dropping out. Time for a reset, I think. Yeah, nah, it's playing up heaps. Sorry, people who just jumped on that and are viewing. I'm having bad frame lag, so I'm going to try a reset, have a quick smoke break, and just jump back on and see if it works better, and I'll just try a quick one on like the difference between this. Like the main thing is I pointed out the leaderboard thing issue, as I put in the description. 20th of a second is a big deal when you've been grinding and you want to sort of get in there. I'll work out a thing. I'll post up a, what do you call it, on my channel, like a screenshot of what do you call it, like the time actually ran, and then when I go back to re-enter the event, it actually adds time to me. So like, what the hell? Like I said in the description, I was pretty annoyed if you were like, that 20th of a second knocked you back to second or knocked you out of top 10. Because I've noticed, there's no top 25 or anything, it's top 10 and then top 50. Well, the last 2 rounds I've done, that's how it's sort of done. And I noticed if you're not in top 10 in most of your events, like about 90% of your events, you drop a league. Which I've been really working hard not to, because this is the first time, the last 2 rounds, I've managed to stay in, managed to hold this league. I was in the other one, whatever that is, the highest one. I couldn't get in the top 10 in a couple of events. I think it was a fair few, about 4 or 5. But the previous event to this, I think it was only like 2 or 3 I wasn't top 10 in. And I managed to hold this league. But yeah, I'm going to do a reset, and I think I can jump back on for a little bit after I have a quick smoke break and make a coffee. I'll try back on for a little bit. I've got to go and do a couple of things for a little bit after, and then I'm just see how I feel. I might just chuck up a bit of a drift thing, have a bit of a play, because I have managed to put in a bit more time on the wheel. I haven't really mucked around with my drift tunes too much, so yeah, I might even play around and do that. Something different to the leaderboard. Bit of a change from just grinding and racing, straight wheeling. Alright guys, again, sorry about the frame lag. I'm not sure whether it's my internet or the game just needs to reset or just the typical carX crap. But yeah, I'll chuck back up on the stream like 15, 20. If anyone's watching or whatever, or the viewers that did jump off, if it is bad frame lag, I apologise again. Hopefully the reset will sort that out. Thank you.